Welcome, diecast racing fans, back to the Flashracing Cup Series for the first race of the season, the Clash at the Charlotte Roval for the Flashracing Cup Series Season 4, the next generation of diecast racing as we know it. As these drivers are all ready to take on the Charlotte Roval. This is a racetrack that hasn't been raced on in the Flashracing Cup Series since Season 1, when Ryan Blaney took the victory and a playoff spot to continue his championship hopes during Season 1. And today, these drivers are going to be taking on the Clash. And of course, not only is this the first time we've seen this track come back to the Flashracing Cup Series since Season 1, but a whole new race car ready to shake up the game. The NASCAR Next Generation car will be making its debut in the Flashracing Cup Series. And as you guys can tell, brand new Camaros, Mustangs, and Camrys will be taking on the field. And we're going to be having some new faces and new places, brand new race teams that have never made a start in the Flashracing Cup Series, and teams that have rebranded to continue their legacies in stock car racing's greatest diecast racing series, the Flashracing Cup Series, Season 4. And let's get into your stories to watch. This is the Open. There's 16 cars in the final race of the Flashracing Cup Series Clash. Of course, this is going to be the Open. So this round is going to determine which drivers will join the rest of the drivers that have been locked in. And here is your peek at that. Here are the drivers that are locked in to the race, the final event. And of course, you're going to see them right here, folks. You're going to get to see them race. They're locked in. 4 more spots are open, and that's what these drivers are racing for here today on this beautiful afternoon here in Charlotte, North Carolina, at the home, the America's home for racing, the Charlotte Motor Speedway at the Roval. Let's get into your stories to watch. You've got Kevin Harvick on the pole today. He was the fastest car out of the drivers that were not locked in. And of course, a big story, this next-gen car gives all teams the advantage, and Corey LaJoie and Spire Motorsports are taking it into their advantage, starting here in second. And of course, Brad Keselowski has now rebranded his race team to Roush Fenway Keselowski. And now that team is going to be ran by Brad Keselowski, and Ryan Newman is out, and Brad Keselowski is in. And of course, Trackhouse Racing, a brand new car in the field, number 1. And of course, the 50, the 62, just a lot of new names in this thing. And of course, these drivers are going to be ready to take on this racetrack. But of course, the driver to watch in this one is your pole sitter, Kevin Harvick. And of course, this is the first pole he's ever gotten on a road course in the Flashracing Cup Series, and it's going to come here in the Clash. He hasn't won many races. He hasn't won a race since Season 2. Can the Clash be an open opportunity to get in? If he wins this round and gets into the next round, will he be able to get his first win since Season 2, driving that brand new next generation Ford? We'll have to find out, folks. But we got almost a full field that has shown up and brought their cars to the garage, and we are going to get ready to go, boys. This here is going to be the Open. Which 4 drivers are going to have their names? They're going to join the locked-in cars. Time to find out, folks, but let's go over the starting lineup here and get some stories about some of these drivers and these teams as we go, folks. But let's get it on, folks. The starting lineup for the first ever race in the Flashracing Cup Series Season 4 with the next generation car. Alright, here we go. Here it is, the starting lineup led by that Batmobile Charger up there. We have Kevin Harvick, the pole sitter, hasn't won anything since Season 2, hoping to get a win today. We have Corey LaJoie. You have Brad Keselowski in that brand new RFK Mustang. You got Austin Dillon, Austin Cindric, Ross Chastain, and Austin Cindric is a rookie, so keep an eye on him. He's great at road courses. You have Eric Almirola and Bubba Wallace. Todd Gilliland, a rookie. Daniel Suarez. Denny Hamlin, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., in better equipment than he was last year. We have Eric Jones. Chris Buescher in that RFK Ford. We have Kaz Grala, the money team, the Floyd Mayweather Pretty Boy Floyd has a car in the field, and it's driven by Kaz Gralla, so it's time to see what that team can do today. We have Beard Oil Motorsports making their first ever Flash Racing Cup Series start with Noah Gregson at number 62. He could be a rookie as well, competing full-time if he does. We'll have to see what that team has for this year. And of course, we have Christopher Bell and Tyler Reddick. The RCR number 8 car will not compete for at least the first half of the season. But if it isn't the whole season at all, Tyler Reddick could be in the 45 full-time this season, a year early. And guess what, folks? Unfortunately, Kurt Busch, due to his concussion, will not compete in the Flash Racing Cup Series Season 4 as he needs time for recovery. So Tyler Reddick is going to be in that number 45 car. Beautiful-looking Jordan brand car. We have Jessica Monett. And guess what, folks? This is her first year in what she feels is the best ride she's ever competed in, and had the best opportunity of her career. She was dropped from Roush, went to Gaunt Brothers Racing, and of course had to find a new ride. Simon Torres, she's a Simon Torres developmental driver, picked up by Simon Torres to drive that brand new Simon Toyo Sports. And that's right, folks, Torres Brothers Racing from Season 3, which was a 71 Chevrolet team, has now become a 3-car Toyota Camry racing team. Have to find out what that team can do throughout the year. Got the number 42. The first time Richard Petty Motorsports has had a second car in the Flash Racing Cup Series. It's driven by Ty Dillon for at least this season. Cole Custer, this could be his final Cup Series season until he comes back down the road. Ryan Preece will be in that car next year. And yes, there are moving parts during the offseason, so that's going to be interesting. You got Harrison Burton, a rookie, number 21. The iconic number 21 is back again with Harrison Burton, the rookie. And of course, here are the last drivers. We have Joey Logano and Chase Briscoe. The slowest car in practice, of course, was the number 14 car. He was having issues. That whole team was having just mechanical issues with that car. So they're going to work with what they got today and try to make the race. And of course, with the Flash Racing Cup Series, this is anything but a stop-motion racing series. So when the cars get ready to go green, before we get to do that, as these engines are fired and these next-generation Cup cars are ready to go, let's explain the package. So this season, we have a new spinner. The boxes will be the same. It's just like playing a board game. Whatever number that spinner lands on, that's where you're on the racetrack. And of course, we're going to take a look at the spinner. We got a brand new spinner here, folks. Of course, some adjustments made if the numbers are not high enough. But guess what, folks? This is the brand new spinner. It works a lot better than the cardboard one we had last year behind the camera. And guess what, folks? It also has gearing mechanisms. So these next generation cars are bump shifted, sequential shifted 5-gear race cars. So with that in mind, this is how the spots will be determined. So of course, on the restart, the first place car will get 5 spins, as that car is the one that's the control car. So Kevin Harvick is the control car, so he gets 5 spins. So this is how it works. Check it out. So of course you have 5 gears. So here's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and that's the spin that counts. And whatever number that lands on, that's how far the car will move on the racetrack. So without further ado, folks, now that we have our new spinner ready to go and the boxes laid out across this beautiful road course, it's time to get the cars on the racetrack and getting ready to go green. So stay tuned. The Roval Clash Open to get 4 more cars locked into the final show is about to begin. So let's get ready to do this, folks. You only have one stage, one chance to get in the show. Once the race is over, the top 4 will be dragged into the locked-in category, and whoever is below the top 4 is out of the race and will have to wait to the Daytona 500. So without further ado, let's get these cars cleared from the racetrack and get ready to go green here. And of course, the pre-race ceremonies will be saved until the main event. But for this open, we're going to get the cars out on the racetrack, get them going, and we're going to have to see who will be the official 4 cars to lock themselves in. So let's get these cars cleared from the racetrack and get ready to go green. All right, folks, the cars have been cleared from the racetrack. We're about to go green. The excitement is real for the Flash Racing Cup Series Next Generation here at the Charlotte Roval. So, the starter has the green flag in his hand, and we are going green. The next generation of Flash Racing Cup Series diecast racing is here. And the first car up, here's Kevin Harvick in the gear wrench Ford Mustang for Stewart-Haas Racing. Here we go. As he's working his way through the gears. And let's see what that spinner lands on. Here he goes. That's where he is on the racetrack as he makes his way around. Kevin Harvick with a fast race car, the first run of the day. And as you can see, there he is. Kevin Harvick is the leader here at the Charlotte Roval in that gear wrench Ford Mustang. And guess what, folks? He's got the fastest run of the season so far, as this is the first ever event for Season 4. Here comes Corey LaJoie in the Schluter Systems number 7 Camaro. Let's see how far he goes. Not the fastest run for Corey LaJoie. He needed a lot more than that to catch the 4 car. The 4 car is a rocket ship here in the first run. Here comes Brad Keselowski in the number 6 Violet Defense Ford. Here he goes. Definitely not a stellar run for that number 6. And it looks like he is going to be in 3rd place. Kevin Harvick is running away from the field. Here comes Austin Dillon in the number 3 Bass Pro Shops Camaro. Let's see how many spots he gets going into the infield. He is going to get past those cars, but unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. He so far is the closest to Kevin Harvick, but Harvick is still getting away. Austin Dillon trying to make a charge, but the 4 is just too dang fast here in Stage 1. Looks like he'll be the leader for the long haul if another car isn't fast enough to catch him. Here comes Austin Cindric, the road course ace, the rookie. Will he have a shot to get in the show? And here he comes. Austin Cindric in that Auto Trader Ford Mustang, number 2. Here he goes. He's working his way through the field. And it looks like he's going to get the run. Here he comes, looking under Harvick. And it looks like Austin Cindric is the leader so far here in this race. The number 2 is out front here at the Clash Open. Austin Cindric just passed the fastest car in the field. He's the best road course racer, and he is out front showing it early in the season. Here comes Ross Chastain in the number 1 Advent Health Camaro. Let's see what he's got. Ross Chastain has worked his way up to 3rd place. So far, he's the fastest Chevrolet Camaro so far is Ross Chastain. Trackhouse Racing making an impression. Here comes Eric Almirola in the number 10 Smithfield Mustang. Here he comes. Let's see if he can do it. Eric Almirola, not a stellar run. So far, the slowest run of the day, unfortunately, for the Stewart-Haas Racing driver, number 10. Here comes Bubba Wallace in the number 23 DoorDash Camry. Let's see what he's got. Oof, not a fast run at all. So not a lot of speed in that number 23 Camry here in the open. So Toyota did not have the greatest debut so far, but they have all season long. Here comes Todd Gilliland in the number 38 First Phase Mustang. Here comes Todd. And Todd Gilliland's going to easily make his way past Bubba Wallace, and he's even going to get past Corey LaJoy. So there you go. He's got that spot right there. Todd Gilliland has worked his way into the top 5. A great run. Here comes Daniel Suarez in the number 99. It's cool. We can actually hear the spinner in the background, hearing the gears working on these next-gen cars. Daniel Suarez looks like he's on his way to making the show. He just passed a bunch of cars, got up to his teammate Ross Chastain, and so far it looks like Trackhouse Racing looks like they could have just snagged away 2 spots to make the final show. So far, if the race were to have ended at this point, Austin Cindric, Kevin Harvick, Ross Chastain, and Suarez are in, but we have a lot of cars left to go. Cindric dominating here at the Charlotte Roval. Here comes Denny Hamlin, the next Toyota, the owner of that 23 car. Looking to get a win. He hasn't won anything at all since season 1. Will he be able to get a win today and lock himself in? We'll have to find out what this 11 car has. Joe Gibbs Racing, their first run with the next generation car. Here they come. Denny Hamlin looks like he's going to try to get away that spot right there, but it looks like Austin Dillon is still behind him. Contact made, as you guys saw right there, between Daniel Suarez and Denny Hamlin. But it looks like the number 99 is still going to be ahead of the number 11. And now it looks like the 11 is below the cut so far to make it into the next race, to the main event. So that contact right there was not enough to get past him. Austin Cindric is taking away with the win to get into the main event so far. That number 2 Mustang of Austin Cindric. Here comes Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the number 47 Camaro. Let's see what he's got for the field. Let's see him run. And he's going to go into the tire barrier. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has crashed and he is out. He just went into the tire barrier. Car would not turn and he is done. So already the season has barely started and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is going to end the day in the garage. Here's our next car. Eric Jones in the number 43 Focus Factor Chevy Camaro. Let's see what he's got. Number 43. Looks like that car is not rolling the best. So far, it does not have a lot of speed, and it showed in that first run right there. Eric Jones, not the best run, and not the kind of run you want to get in the final show. That is definitely not enough for that 43 car. But Austin Cindric is still out front here with Kevin Harvick closing in on him. Here comes Chris Buescher in the number 17 Ford. Wow. Let's see how fast he's going to run. RFK Racing looking to get in the show as he's going to work his way around the other drivers. And it looks like Trackhouse Racing, they're going to lose their spots. More than likely, one of them is going to be out. And it looks like Chris Buescher is up to second place. Cindric's going to throw the block on him going into that turn. And he is still in the lead. So looks like now Chris Buescher is closing in on Austin Cindric, who's the fastest car. And he kept his spot because of that block he threw right there. That's going to keep the 2 car in the lead. But now it looks like Daniel Suarez and Denny Hamlin are under the cut line. Ross Chastain, Kevin Harvick, Chris Buescher, and Austin Cindric so far look to be confirmed to get in if they keep their spots. But if we have more fast runs like that one, we're going to have a shuffled top 4. Here comes Kaz Grala in the number 50 Pit Viper Chevrolet. Let's see what he's got. The first run for the money team. Let's see what kind of number he's going to roll. And he's going to go into the infield road course. The first run for that team. They're going to be competing for the Daytona 500 this year. Very cool. And it looks like Brad Keselowski in the number 6 is going to lose a spot to the number 50 of Kaz Grala right there. Wow, that was something else right there. Looks like top teams in American motorsports are already falling behind the 50 so far. Doesn't look like he's going to get in the show, but that is some impressive showing to pass all those top-tier race cars. Here comes Noah Gragson and the Wendy's. This car makes me hungry looking at this one. The number 62 of Noah Gragson. Let's see what he's got. Well, it is a small team, so not the fastest run, unfortunately, for Noah Gregson in the Wendy's car. But here comes Christopher Bell in the number 20. Let's see what he's got. See if that number, where that gets him on the field. Here he comes. He's coming out of the infield. Noah Gregson easily going to lose that spot. Christopher Bell is going to pass the number 10 of Eric Amarola, but that unfortunately is not going to be enough right there. Here comes Tyler Reddick in the number 45. As Kurt Busch cannot race, he is out with a concussion. Let's see the number 45 with Tyler Reddick behind the wheel of it. Let's see him run. And it looks like we got a fast run working his way through the traffic. Gonna pass his team owner right there. Great run. Harvick's gonna lose another spot. And Tyler Reddick is gonna be in the top 4 right there. Harvick is falling behind, and with that fast run of Tyler Reddick, that bumps Ross Chastain under the cut line. And Austin Cindric is still leading, and it looks like now Cindric, Buescher, Reddick, Harvick so far are locked in with Chastain just now falling under the cut line from Tyler Reddick in the number 45. And Austin Cindric, of course, still maintaining his lead over Chris Buescher, but here comes Jessica Mana in the number 13 Toyota Camry for Toyo Sports. This is the first runner that a Toyo Sports named for Simon Torres' brand new racing team. Let's see what he's got, or what she has. What he's got. Let's see what that spinner's got. Let's see Jessica Mana try to have a good run right there, folks. Let's see what kind of number, where that number is going to land her. Let's see what she has. She's doing all she can in that fast new equipment. Going to get by Denny Hamlin right there. And it looks like she's just going to be behind Kevin Harvick right there. And it looks like she is under the cut line with that run. So she made her way up, Jessica Mana, all the way up to the top 5, but is one spot under the cut line from making the show. And Chastain's hopes can be even more over with than ever after that run by Jessica Mana. Unfortunately, she may or may not make it in. She has to hope something catastrophic happens out front if she wants to get into the show. And of course, 5 laps to go, and Ty Dillon, who's won a road course race in Season 2, looks like he's in contention. Let's see what he's got. Ty Dillon, he won at the Lino Racing road course, and it's now called Circuit of the Carolinas. Circuit of the Carolinas is the new name for that racetrack. Ty Dillon, not going to make it very far, but he is going to get past the number 7 and be right by the number 38 car. Here comes Cole Custer in the number 41. He's racing for his career. So let's see what he's got. He's got to prove Stewart Haas Racing. He belongs back in the Cup Series for Season 5. Let's see what kind of number he's going to roll. Oh, and Cole Custer, Rex. Cole Custer has crashed his Ford Mustang, and he is out of the race, out of the event. Here comes the rookie, Harrison Burton. There's a lot of rookies out here, but Harrison in the number 21. Let's see what he's got. Harrison Burton, let's see what he's got. Let's see if he can make it. He'll be the first rookie to get in if he gets into that clash. Not a lot of spots, but he is gonna, that 21 is gonna pass a familiar number, the 43. 2 iconic race teams still racing. Unfortunately, Harrison Burton is way, way under the cut line. 2 laps to go, and here we go. Before we get to our 2 laps, let's take a look at the action out front. Austin Cindric is still leading, and it looks like he's going to try to win his way and lock himself into the clash. Whereas Austin Cindric, the fastest car in the field right now, got Chris Buescher in second, Tyler Reddick in third, and currently holding the last spot to get in the show is Kevin Harvick in the number 4 Gear Wrench Mustang. And of course, Monnett, Chastain, Suarez, Hamlin are the other 4 that are underneath the cut line as Cindric still powers his way to the front. He is dominating this race and has a manhandle on this racetrack. 2 to go. Joey Logano, the 2022 Cup Series champion. Let's see what he's got. He's a 2-time NASCAR Cup champion, but he hasn't won in the Flash Racing Cup Series since Season 1. Has had a disastrous career in the Flash Racing Cup compared to his Cup career. So let's see if he can turn it around today. If he can finally put that Penske 22 back in contention in this diecast series for the first time in Season 1 since Season 1. Here he comes, coming through there. Not the fastest run, unfortunately, but he is going to make it past Kaz Gralla, who's in the number 50 car. And one more lap to go here in the Clash Open. Can the number 14 of Chase Briscoe shake the show up? He has a chance. He has a better race car now as these laps have been going by. But look at that. Still Austin Cindric. So right now, one more chance for either Chastain or Jessica Monnet. Their final chance if anything happens to these guys out front. Here comes Chase Briscoe and the number 14. Let's see what he's got. Let's see Chase Briscoe. Not the fastest car in practice and not the fastest car now. Chase Briscoe is way underneath the cut line, but this is it, folks. Coming out of NASCAR 4 into the S's, here they come. Austin Cindric coming out of the Toyota S's. Austin Cindric is in the Clash. He wins his way in. And here comes Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher's in. Here comes Tyler Reddick. So far, doesn't look like anything has happened to the contenders. And that is going to be it, folks. Jessica Monnet and Kevin Harvick. Here they come, coming to the line. The spinner will determine between these two cars right here, since this is for the cut line. And it looks so far as if Kevin Harvick coming out of the S's, not enough for Jessica Monnet. Kevin Harvick has gotten the final spot to get in the Clash. And there it is, folks. Jessica Monnet and Ross Chastain have been eliminated from contention, and everyone else under the cut line is out of the Clash contention. Very unfortunate for those guys, but in good faith, they are going to try and finish this race. Denny Hamlin and his aggression early on with Daniel Suarez did not pay off, as you guys have seen. And here they come racing into the chicane to finish out this run. And that is going to be it, folks. That's as far as we're going to go here. And Austin Cindric, congratulations. He has won his way in and has won his first ever Flash Racing Cup event. However, this is not a points win, and this isn't even for the overall win. But this could be shades of what we can see from Austin Cindric later in the season, as we know he can win and put himself in position. If he can lock himself into a Clash, just imagine all the things he can accomplish throughout the season and points-paying events. And keep an eye on him on the road course. Austin Cindric, your winner of the Open. Chris Buescher, Tyler Reddick, and Kevin Harvick will join the other cars in the Clash. And that is going to be it, folks. Here's an overview to see where your favorite driver finished. We always do this at the end of a Flash Racing Cup Series event. As you guys can see, Austin Cindric, your winner. Buescher, Reddick, Harvick, locked in. And here he comes, locked into the show. Austin Cindric, your winner, as he's won his way. And he is not going to do a burnout, but he is going to celebrate that one. Flash Racing Entertainment is going to allow Austin Cindric to have a moment here with the fans, as he has just taken home an Open, won his way into the Clash. The flashiest way to get in the Clash is to win the Open. And Austin Cindric has done just that. So congratulations to him. He is the first ever winner of a next-gen event of any kind in the Flash Racing Cup, and it's going to come here in the Open, so that's a huge accomplishment for Austin. Big-time deal. He replaced Brad Keselowski, who, by the way, is way underneath the cut line with his brand-new race team, unfortunately. But as you guys can tell, the drivers that have locked themselves in, you have Austin Cindric, Chris Buescher, Tyler Reddick, and of course, Kevin Harvick. And there they are. They're locked in, they have raced their way in, and here's everyone else who did not make it by the slimmest of margins. Jessica Monnet and Ross Chastain are out, as well as Suarez, Hamlin, Dillon, Gilliland, Ty Dillon, LaJoy, Logano, Gralla, Koslowski, Bell, Almirola, Wallace, Burton, Jones, Briscoe, and Gregson have been eliminated from contention to make it into the Roval Clash. But thankfully, it's not over for them. They have the Daytona 500 and the rest of the season to prove that they are worthy contenders in the Flashracing Cup Series. But these four right here have locked themselves into the show. And they will join Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Flash Racer, William Byron, Philip Torres, Izzy B, Kyle Larson. We have Alex Ross, Alex Bowman, and Simon Torres are officially in the Clash. So congratulations. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Open. Stay tuned for the Clash, the main event.